The EECS 1011 main project. So the algorithm to drive the plant watering runs through the sensor, which measures the moisture in the soil. Once the moisture reaches a certain threshold, it will send a signal that causes the pump in here to flow water through this tube and into the plant. As you can see right now, the sensor is detecting that the soil is too wet and therefore I won't pour any water out. And for spillage, I'm just going to take the tube and put it in here and show that when the sensor senses that the soil is dry, it should pour out water. So I will pull it out, and once I pull it out, it should sense that the soil is dry. As you can see, the values go up, and it says that the soil is not wet enough and it's watering, and the water is pumping even though it is. As well, something to note is that as soon as I put the sensor back into the wet plant soil, it should turn off the pump and the value should go back to around the 2.6 range. For my fundamental programming construct, my code runs through while loops and if else statements. It starts with a reading of the moisture value, and it progresses to an if else statement that determines whether or not the pump should turn on based on some previously determined variables such as wet value, dry value, and threshold value. And doing so, this code will run on all the way up to the end, for which it will end with an error, and in that case it will completely stop. The function that I use takes in an Arduino object current moisture value and threshold values as inputs, and it basically performs the same logic as the if else statements, but instead it avoids repeating logic in the main loop and basically just keeps it. Describe out all the hardware in my project is connected. When the code runs, the sensor will take data which determines whether or not the pump should turn on. And this pump is also powered by the MOSFET board, which is connected to the main Arduino board. This MOSFET board is also connected to a battery, and this battery is also connected back to the pump to turn it on and off.